Hello and welcome back to another Hogwarts Legacy video. Today we're going to be going over some more outfits. This time I decided to stick specifically to Hogwarts student-themed outfits because it's entirely possible that you, unlike me, like to blend in the game, and so therefore whenever you're doing story missions, especially those associated with maybe classes at Hogwarts, that you actually want to wear a Hogwarts outfit, unlike me standing out in my ridiculous-looking adult late 1700s outfit while everyone else is wearing their school robes. So I decided to make a video where I do just 5 dedicated outfits for different types of students, I guess, at Hogwarts, and go through all of them. So again, like always, for all of my outfit videos, these are all just visual mods, so you do not have to have the clothing items in question, you just have to have picked them up at some point, and then forever on you will have access to the visual mod. So before we dive on into the first one, how about a word from this video's sponsor, the Holwick Wand Company. Today's video is brought to you by the Holwick Wand Company, the link for which you will find in this video's description. If you are a Harry Potter fan and you've always wanted to have your very own wand, not a replica of a character's wand from the movies, not some cheap plastic crap from a sweatshop in China, but a genuine handmade solid wooden wand, then the Holwick Wand Company is the answer to your dreams. Every single wand is 100% custom and handmade, so no two will ever be the same. Each wand is hand carved from only the highest quality wood and guaranteed to be from the exact species as advertised. Other custom wand companies crank out the same identical designs or buy birch doubles in bulk before turning them on a lathe, but not the Holwick Wand Company. From the selection process by their master forester to the crafting process of their master wand maker, every step is completed with diligent and loving care and attention to detail. So if you're in the market for a new wand, check them out today. Again, that link is in the description. And now let's get to the video. Alright, so this first outfit that we're going for, quite a dweeb looking character, but it is the first year Hogwarts student, or at least as close as I could come to getting that. It was kind of hard to get the vibe in general, but I think it looks rather well, or it goes together rather well. So this one is only made up of 3 different items. We have the headwear, the cloaks and robes, and the outfit. All the other slots are totally optional and up to you. I think that if you add much more to it, it loses that first year charm of the brand new naive student. Same thing goes for if you take off the dweebish hat. But yeah, so this one is made up of, for the hat we have the first year cap, so a superb ceremonial cap worn by incoming first years at Hogwarts. The only time you see this in the movies is, I mean, it's possible that Percy wears his throughout the movies, I can't remember for sure, but you definitely see a lot of characters wearing it in the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Philosopher's Stone for our pretentious British counterparts. But other than that, not much to say about it. Real goofy looking hat, but you know, if you're going for that first year vibe, you kind of gotta go for it. I have the handwear, facewear, and neckwear all invisible. Then for cloaks and robes, we just have the traditional school robe, which says a well-appointed school robe, exemplary of traditional Hogwarts style. This should be the one you start off the game with, I believe. I think this is the very first one you're given, so you should just have this one. Then for the outfit, I went back and forth on a lot of different options because there are obviously a lot of them available, but I think the best option is the striped jumper school uniform, which says a well-appointed school uniform with a warm striped sweater in house colors. There were various options that I thought would have worked. The just plain pants, shirt, and tie was another one that I came close with, but I think this one speaks the most for it because you'd think that with the young characters and everything, their parents would tell them, you know, make sure you wear your jumper, or as us Americans would say, sweater, but I think it works rather well, and all of it put together looks pretty dang good, you know, so if you're going for that, like I said, naive and experienced first year student, this is the vibe for it. So that's number 1, the first year student. Let's move on to number 2. Alright, for our second school outfit, we've got what I'm calling the Prefect uniform. So your prefects are your basically big nerds or whatever, because Ron gets made one and he's not exactly a big nerd, but you know, top of the class type students in the school. I think they start getting selected 4th year is where prefects do, maybe 3rd year, hard for me to say for sure because I'm not an expert on the lore, but I know that it's later on. And I think this outfit pretty well exemplifies what to expect from your prefects, you know, excluding an example like Ron or someone like that. So it's going to be slightly more well-appointed and a little bit flashier, but still very traditional Hogwarts style because they're top of the class and they go by the book. So let's just go through the items that make this one up. For handwear, I decided to give them some gloves, but I didn't want them to be ridiculously fancy, so we stuck with the black leather gloves. For the eyewear, I went with the gold-rimmed hexagonal spectacles because, again, we're a big-time nerd if we're a prefect, so we gotta have some nerd glasses. I left the headwear and the neckwear slots invisible just because this is an outfit that we're wearing indoors, and, you know, your prefects, they don't wear hats or scarves indoors. That's ridiculous and out of the ordinary. So for cloaks and robes, there's lots of options, but I think the distinguished school robe is the best one for the prefect Prefect's outfit. It has both the house color trim and then some gold trim on the outside of that, but still retaining that extremely traditional look for a Hogwarts school robe. So I think the distinguished school robe is the best one if you're trying to look like a prefect. Then for our outfit, again, lots of different options, but I think the stylish blazer school uniform works the best for multiple reasons, one of which being it avoids my least favorite look in a lot of the outfits in this game, and that being the breeches that end right below the knee and then like the long stockings and shoes. I hate that look. It's definitely a dated look that just does not vibe with my modern sensibilities. And outside of that, this outfit has all of the other things that we're expecting. We've got that gold necktie, which definitely is quite a bit fancier. Then we have the black waistcoat or vest, the house-colored, in this case red, blazer jacket underneath, and then the rather smart black plaid pants that I think matches all together to make this look like a very conventional, proper, and altogether stylish outfit. So that's why I think this is perfect and exemplifies exactly what a prefect would wear if they had the option. So yeah, that is number 2, the prefect uniform. Let's move on to number 3. All right, at number 3, we've got what I'm calling the disaffected 4th year. You know, they're kind of halfway through the schooling at Hogwarts, so they're not new anymore, but they're also not the, top upperclassmen. So they're kind of right in the middle there, and this is kind of where teenagers, I think, are the most angsty. And so we're going to be ditching a lot of your traditional stuff. We're not wearing any gloves because, they're too tough. They don't need to keep their hands warm or protected, so they don't need gloves. We don't have glasses because we're disaffected, so therefore we can't be a nerd. Headwear is only for nerds, again, so the disaffected 4th year is not going to be wearing headwear. We are going to be wearing neckwear, and that's going to be the fringed house scarf, and that'll be worn pretty much all the time because it's essentially just a fashion statement for them. With all that being said, I think that it has exactly the right level of caring about how they look, but not caring about it, sort of a rakish type of look to it, or at least I think. Then, of course, we're ditching the robe entirely, so our robes are going to be invisible. We're going to have those set to invisible because our 4th year is rebellious in that regard and isn't going to be wearing a school robe, so they're just wearing their regular outfit underneath. And that outfit in question, I think the striped jumper school uniform is the best option. I almost went with the relaxed one, but it has the weird breeches instead of trousers, so again we're ending below the knee, and then we have the socks and shoes, which I think ruins it. I think that the rolled up sleeves would have looked better for the disaffected 4th year, but unfortunately I also needed regular pants and shoes for this outfit, so that's why I went with the striped jumper school uniform. And all of that put together makes a more simplified, but I think still pretty good looking outfit. So that's number 3, the disaffected 4th year. Let's move on to number 4. At number 4, we've got another big time nerd. This time it's the head boy / girl. So this one is the tippy top of the most tippy top. So whereas the prefects at the top of your class, these are the 1% of the 1%. Whoever gets named head boy or head girl, I believe there's only one at a time, but maybe there's one per year. I can't say for sure. Again, I'm not a huge Harry Potter expert, but I know that they're basically the valedictorian or whatever. So yeah, this is our head boy / head girl outfit. And therefore it's going to be strictly conventional in appearance, no extra accessories, all rather fancy and stand out. So this person would definitely be someone you could pick out from a distance. Starting off, we have our Hogwarts regalia gloves. And so these ones are earned by discovering field guide pages in Hogwarts. I think they're the first reward for that. So if you want to get your hands on these gloves, you got to find enough field pages in Hogwarts Castle. Then I've left the facewear, headwear, and neckwear all empty. I think the headwear and neckwear have to stay empty, but obviously if you want to have glasses on, then that is more than appropriate because that just comes down to vision and it's not really a style thing. For cloaks and robes, we went with the ultimate, most fancy Hogwarts robe you can get your hands on, the velvet school robe. So it says an extraordinary school robe made of velvet to make you feel like you've exceeded expectations at your OWL. And then lastly for our outfit, we have the elegant blazer uniform, which says an extraordinary ensemble for students who always remind their professors to assign schoolwork. So, the real big nerds. And I think this one matches the outfit rather well. Again, we have the regular trouser style pants instead of breeches, which is a must for any of my outfit. Then we have our very smart black pinstripe pants and our house colored waistcoat, tie, and jacket. So it all matches rather well. So that is number 4, the head boy / head girl. Let's move on to number 5. All right, and finally at number 5, we have what I'm calling the confident 7th year student. So this is not a head boy, it's not a prefect, but it is an upperclassman, and they're also rather confident in their skin, but also to the point where I believe most of your youths would become more nostalgic and proud of the fact that they are at Hogwarts. So the 7th year at Hogwarts is an optional one. You don't actually have to do it. You can totally legitimately graduate after 6th year and be considered a full graduate, so the 7th year is actually optional at Hogwarts. That being said, I think anybody that stays for it is going to be invested enough to care about their appearance. They're probably going to stick pretty close to the traditional Hogwarts attire, like I said, because they're not disaffected, they're proud of where they are and what they're doing, so I think they're going to fully wear it. That being said, they're going to also embrace comfort and warmth because they're used to it, so they're going to be wearing a scarf and gloves, whereas other people wouldn't. And all that being said, I think this outfit looks rather good. And like I said, since we're not a prefect or a head boy, I didn't go ridiculously fancy with it either. I just think it speaks rather well of a upperclassman at Hogwarts. So we're going to start with handwear. And for handwear, like I said, it's a form over fashion type of thing. We just have the black leather gloves. They're literally just for protection and warmth. They're not a fashion statement with this type of character. Then for our facewear and headwear, I've left them both empty. I think the headwear should remain empty. I don't think a hat would go with this outfit or be appropriate in any way. But facewear, again, if you wear glasses or you think your character should wear glasses, then that makes perfect sense. For our neckwear, I went with the loosened house emblem scarf, again, because this is your 7th year student is wearing it for form over fashion. And so our loosened house emblem scarf is going to provide that warmth and comfort and everything else. And also, it still does look pretty good. So, and also exists just as another way to show house pride, which I'm sure anyone staying into their 7th year probably would. For our cloaks and robes, I went with the classical trimmed school robe, so it's not fancy, it doesn't have any gold on it. This is clearly not something a prefect or a head boy or girl would wear, but it is slightly more fancy than something you'd see on a 1st year or an underclassman because you've got that additional house color trim around the outside of the robe and the bottom of the sleeves. So that's why I went with the classical trimmed robe. I think it looks just fancy enough to be something that they would be wearing. And then finally for the outfit, there are lots of things that would have been appropriate, but again, to fit my sense of styles, it needed to have regular trousers. And like I said, I didn't want it to be anything that looked ridiculously fancy or anything like that. Ironically, the description says a superb ensemble for students who dress for the job they want in hopes of graduating early. Staying until 7th year would not be graduating early, so it's slightly ironic, but I think it still matches rather well. We have the pants, which coordinate with the house color rather well, and then we've just got the black waistcoat and jacket for that classic look, and our house colored tie, so we can see for our Gryffindor student we have the gold and crimson. That is all 5 of my Hogwarts students outfits. So if you want to play the game and be a student throughout, then depending on how you want to roleplay, if you want to roleplay as a prefect, as head boy, slash girl, as a 1st year student, as a disaffected, angsty teenager, or as the confident upperclassman, all of these outfits I think are really good for that. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or outfits that you'd like to recommend, leave those down in the comment section below. But that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.